Where did I start?
Oh yeah, MP202. Yeah, those are these cars. They're almost like Formula One cars, but then just some completely rehashed GT car. But that's the class that they race indeed.
Which one?
Yeah, LMP 202 or something. It's these cars are
Le Mans
like
prototypes.
Yeah, the Le Mans cars, and they're almost as fast as Formula One cars.
Well,
While they're basically street
LMP
cars.
prototype used to be kind of almost better than Formula One at one point because they're just so flipping quick.
But it also seems to be expensive, and they get way less sponsor income than Formula One.
It's mainly sort of private corporations and people like that, or super rich, just dump a bunch of money into.
Yeah, hello. Hi.
Get banned within 5 seconds.
Uh-oh.
Good
job. Hello. I meant hello. Hello. Hello.
Maybe just explain what the word actually means before you keep digging a bigger hole.
Heil means something like good or awesome or great. I think it's a bit of more old-fashioned German word anyway. But the word in itself, it means just great or awesome or very good. Yeah. Yeah, Sieg. Yeah. And it's geil. And the word Sieg in itself, it means just victory. I mean, German football fans just chant it all the time. Sieg, Sieg. But just because they shout like victory, victory, we win, something like that. Yeah. It's nothing too special, actually. It's just a word for winning. That's it. It's a very special word of winning. Yes. My new PC. Yes, it's awesome.
Give us the specs, man.
I have to look it up because I almost forgot what kind of hardware is in it.
You don't know what it is because
I'm not such of a nerd anymore. Nowadays, I'm a bit too tired.
Too tired to be a nerd. Would you wake up? You're not a nerd anymore.
Well, I'm getting a little bit older. So let me see. No, I had an AMD Ryzen, a 2700X.
Oh, nice.
So I think the multiplier is some kind of unlocked, although I'm not really planning on doing anything. But it was better because it also had more cores. So more cores is better. Although,
is it 8 cores, 8 thread type thing, or I can't remember now.
Yeah, more. I think 16 or 12. It's even more. It was a
lot.
Oh, nice. And it's not that expensive because the 2700 is only, I paid 280 euros or something. Wow. So for a processor, it was quite good. Right, it has a better turbo clock as well, 4.3 megahertz, gigahertz. Sorry, not megahertz. 4.3 megahertz.
Yay! Pentium one
basically
time.
Like one clock tick, 4.2 megahertz. No, but it had better core, better turbo, and it has 8 cores, 16 threads.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Multiplier, yeah, the multiplier was unlocked. It supports, it doesn't say it supports DDR4 3000.
Was it 266?
Memory. But it does. Actually, I have DDR4 3200 supported and running on.
It must have been initial out of the box before they did the firmware fixes.
Yeah, they did a firmware fix, and I got XMP memory, so that arranges everything. So it doesn't cause any issue from the moment I installed it. Works fine.
Yeah.
Never caused any issue. So it's really fast memory as well. In terms of my old PC, it's still DDR4, only a bit faster. I think on my old PC, the DDR was somewhere 2000 or something. DDR4 2000 megahertz. So besides having faster memory, it's not really different memory because I also had 16 gigs in my old PC. Only after the upgrade from the crappy motherboard that didn't really support memory.
Yeah.
That I first had. which was really expensive motherboard, but no, never buy that one. It's crappy.
What do you do? Did it refund it?
No, because it wasn't really broken. It just didn't support memory properly.
Oh right, you didn't realize that when you bought it.
Yeah, and what I read about, people were just infuriated because nobody got it working. Until this day, I never got dual channel memory working on that thing.
What? That's awful.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Name it and shame it. What was this awful board?
It was an expensive one from Gigabyte, I think.
Oh really?
It was like a high-end board, yeah. So it was really shitty. It still works. That's why I kept it. I think, well, maybe I create a new PC or something.
Was it a hardware issue? Or they just didn't issue
I think they just didn't bother.
And stuff.
It was combined hardware. It's not really something broken, but the hardware just doesn't support it properly, and they never really brought out a good fix from the BIOS. They updated the BIOS about 7 times or something, but nothing really fixed.
Well, it was some kind of chipset problem, really.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I guess so.
The rest of the board was fine. I mean, it's still now it's a good board. Supports Skylake, so.
That's pretty good.
I don't know.
Well, but do you like your new PC?
Yeah, I really like it. But the funny thing was with the old board, I replaced it with an ASRock board of only, I don't know, 150 euros. And that thing worked like a charm. It's great.
Yeah.
Great.
Wow.
Nothing wrong with it.
Well, ASRock is pretty good, actually.
Well, they say it's cheapskate, but it looked really good and it worked fine for 2.5 years. So.
Yeah, well, if it is working, then it's fine then, huh?
I'm gonna sell it because it probably comes up with some money, second hand. And yeah, for the rest, I kept my old screen, still 144 hertz. Like.
Oh yeah, they make the Tai Chi series boards. They're meant to be really good.
I don't know.
Well.
But yeah, my new PC came out best on a lot of modern games: Battlefield 1, Witcher 3. Division.
Okay.
So yeah, and it works like a charm. I never have any hiccups. But I also didn't have any hiccups with my old PC. Although it did slow down a little bit, but it's also had a lot of crap on it. So
yeah, that will slow down at some point, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, no hiccups because you didn't feed it brown bread, right?
Yeah.
Cue the crap jokes.
Shitty meatballs.
Well.
Also, I got that.
Just stop going to IKEA for your furniture, then, won't you?
I never go there. It's horrible. And I got an NVMe SSD drive now. So yeah, it also starts up literally within 5 seconds.
Samsung.
When you get through the BIOS, yeah, it's an what is it? NVMe Evo 970, I think.
Oh, sweet.
That was quite expensive actually, but good.
Yeah.
And a gigabyte, so that's good.
Wow.
You mean terabyte?
Sorry, terabytes.
It is late. Just say it's late and it's hot here.
Yeah, it's only 1 gigabyte.
It hasn't even been a week yet. It's Monday.
Yeah. I have a tough job, man. I have a tough job.
Hot, sweaty weekends, you're still recovering. Your brain's still waking up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Woo.
So that processor's quite a good price. It's under £300 in the UK now.
Oh, that's quite reasonable, actually, yeah.
And you don't need to have the like the Threadripper, because Threadripper is more for
Threadripper's workstation and like number crunching and all that kind of jazz and
exactly. So you don't really need that.
No.
Unless you do like stuff like editing or
heavy blender rendering or whatever.
Yeah, stuff like
that. Then it will actually work.
Things, but
it's also a good option for live streaming at some point. So I'm thinking about the Threadripper myself. So just to have all those cores actually. So.
And then yeah, what more do I have? That was my memory. I got an extra SSD. Good old-fashioned SSD, so nothing too special. It's a new one, so that's always good.
And your cooler, your CPU cooler?
Yeah, CPU cooler is just a Skype Mugen, as usual.
Well, Skype Mugen still is pretty decent, actually. Yeah.
This one is good.
Scythe,
or whatever you want to call it.
Yep, we call it like we just did.
I cannot speak proper English, so with me just Scythe.
Yep.
Whatever. It's a huge cooling tower. Actually, I was surprised to see the base plate not being copper, but just metal.
Wow, that's quite.
And I was panicking because I ordered a Arctic
Probably
Silver
aluminium, isn't it?
cooling paste about a year ago or something, or 1.5 years ago, and I cannot find it anywhere. So I was like, shit, I don't have any cooling paste. And luckily they supplied me with a little tube of cooling paste. So I'm now very happy.
And some coolers come with that little strip of the stuff that you can kind of lay on like a thermal pad or something.
Well, I always get rid of that, and I always use my own cooling paste.
Well, I was afraid it was crappy, but I can't remember, but it was a good brand, so that's why.
Unless it's the Thermal Grizzly one sponsored by Nexus.
No. No, that's not the case. And I had my cool new graphics card.
Wow.
Which is a what one did it?
2070,
2070, yeah, 2070.
Sweet.
Which is also really awesome with 8 gigs of memory.
Oh well, if it is working, then yeah.
Yeah, it works fine. You can see the difference even in games like Apex Legends because you have much more detail.
Yeah, you have much more horsepower as well, so hey.
Yeah, it doesn't run really fast or anything because it also ran really good on my old graphics card. I never had any hiccups, but yeah, you can see that that's just a way newer graphics card.
Yep.
So that's good. And what more do I have?
Did you keep the same case?
No, I bought a new case, and this is quite a different one from that I had before because I used to have Cooler Master.
Wow. Yeah, you used to have that, yeah. Same.
Yeah, I had a carbide. I have a carbide now.
Okay.
The carbide is Corsair, isn't it?
Yeah.
No. Just wait for it. Wait for it. Corsair Obsidian. That's one I have. I looked at the carbide, but this one came out of the test for me a bit better. And it's a bit more light. It's a bit more tiny than the other one because the other one was really.
Show it with your cam. Show it with your webcam.
What is it? 500, 750, 1,000? Which one? Because there's 3 variations.
It is the 450D.
I don't see it anyway. Oh, there it is.
This actually it's very simplistic, but it's more than enough for me.
It must have just been replaced by the 500 then.
Yep. Ah, there I see it. Yeah.
That's the top. Yeah, that's the top.
But it looks pretty.
It's a lot of plastic actually.
Because of where it is, you can't see the nice tempered glass side panel.
No.
Yeah, but there's not much to see anyway because it's under my desk.
Yeah. I have seen.
I never really looked at it.
Open from a hinge at the back, and they got RGB in the front. The fans.
Yeah. They actually same with the motherboard. They filled it with connections for LED strips.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not into that stuff, so I don't care. But for people who do care,
they can light up like
yeah.
You can go bananas with this
Christmas tree.
Yeah, you can make it really glow in the dark. There's a lot of plastic, and on the front you have this like plastic little roster thingy with the fans behind it with a filter.
The camera just went really bad.
Yep.
Like, make everyone feel sick.
Yeah, I have to pull the wire out a little bit because it's not really set for.
Well, I'm looking at on the website and the way the back panel is set up, you can have front-facing GPU if you want to really kill your graphics card airflow.
One good thing is the SSDs are set for the side panel on the other side, so they're actually behind the motherboard.
Okay.
Oh
and
yeah.
Since it's such an open concept thing, so you can put the wires anywhere. So that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
And there's a lot of room inside. It's actually more spacey inside than you would think on first glance.
Well, the 500 case, which is probably the one that replaced yours, is quite expensive.
Yep.
Yeah, this case was 100
tempered
euros.
Glass. 100.
Yeah, 95.
Was it quite heavily discounted at the time then?
No, I just found the cheapest supplier.
All right.
It's the only thing that came from another
now
supplier.
Is like £200.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe in England it's a bit more expensive anyway.
Yep.
Well, can't find the 450 on this website I usually use, but.
So yeah, the most expensive parts were actually my processor,
and your GPU.
The graphics card, which was 530 euros, really expensive, which even I thought was too expensive, but I have no choice.
The prices went up with RTX, didn't they? So.
Yep. And the Samsung 970 Evo NVMe SSD, that was 223 euros.
Okay, well there are cheaper options, but it's still Samsung, so.
Oh yeah, the 450D
it was like
quite
the best,
cheaper.
So...
Yeah, and the sales are good, so it's more reliable, cheaper. I guess.
Yeah, I've been looking into cheaper ones, and then I thought, nah, I'm not really happy with that. I want this one. So this was the fastest one anyway.
Yeah.
Not that my previous Windows was starting slowly, because it also started within 10 seconds.
Much cheaper, because it doesn't have the full third side panel thing as the glass that swings out.
So for the motherboard that I have is the Gigabyte X470 Aorus Ultra Gaming.
Okay.
Which was surprisingly cheap, 130 euros. I'm used to motherboards that are like 230, 250.
Same for me.
So this one was not that expensive. So and it's really good. Got a lot of sockets, a lot of connections.
Well, if that's what you need, then why not? I mean, if it is a good motherboard. I mean, I looked it up just now.
Well, you can't even get that case on Amazon anymore.
No, I got it from
that's the 900
suppliers. So
yeah, about 100 quid. Yeah, probably about the same.
In the Netherlands, all these parts were very freely available. So from at least 8 or 10 suppliers. So
it's just the way Amazon does its listings. Like you change certain options, but then it doesn't tell you that you've changed the complete case name's a different one.
True.
Yeah, can be crappy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it. I already had my mouse, keyboard, screen, so...
and your webcam, which also actually improved.
Yeah, I bought a new webcam, yeah, that's true. But I already bought that before I was...
Yeah, but it's better than your old one, which is actually so crappy.
Yeah, but that was really old. It was like 5, 6 years old, something.
Yeah. I gave you guys the link of the new Mac Pro, by the way, which is quite... I think it's quite sexy. But hey, it's an Apple device, so Apple devices are
I would be interested in the spec and the price.
The base price is $599. Actually 6,000 euros.
What, US dollars?
US dollars, yeah.
Euros.
And
where's the link? I can't see it.
It's in Skype.
Go to the chat window below.
Yep.
Pick that up and then click on it.
Actually, it can have 1.5 terabyte of RAM. So that's quite...
Is it user expandable?
It is.
Like the old one, so you don't have to have soldered in anything, and you don't have to get bent over a barrel for extra RAM and stuff.
From what I've heard at the keynote, you can expand it with Apple modules, and you can expand it with your own. It will standardly come with a Radeon Pro 5 ADX, which actually is quite cool, especially Apple designed, so that's quite fun. It starts with 32 gigabyte of memory, the base model.
That's decent.
And with an 8-core Xeon, with up to like 28
I don't know why they use Xeons when a lot of people buying these lower end models won't need what a Xeon can do for them.
Well, actually, but I was actually really interested in this whole Mac is actually because of the design. It's full metal, so that's quite cool. But I like actually the Afterburner card, which is actually when you're doing like a video rendering. That Afterburner card is actually its own basic CPU with all its things. And that's actually what I'm actually really interested in.
Is that something that they've
it's
developed
workstation?
Yeah, it's actually to boost up like your video editing.
It says playback of 3 streams, but what does it mean about the real downtime is when you code a video, not when you're streaming it, isn't it?
Not true, but it's still quite good actually. I mean... The total amount
6K Retina 32-inch, that's nice.
Yep, and actually the displays, the new displays are also pretty good. I like their displays. They are not, for Apple standards, not that expensive. But the thing that are expensive is actually...
DCI P3, so that's cinema color standard, isn't it? I think.
Yep.
10-bit, quite bright.
Yeah.
Contrast ratio, well... You see it when you see it, sort of thing.
The only thing is what I don't like is actually the the design of like the Mac Pro starts at $6,000, and then for the Pro display at XDR costs like $5,000, and then you have to pay like $1,000, so $999 for the stand. Their specially new designed Pro stand.
That's ridiculous.
And then you have to pay like $200.
The stand should be as part of the price of the monitor.
It's not anymore. It's not. And then you have to pay like $200 for the Visa mount adapter. Yes.
What? Why does it not just come with a Visa mount thing with a swap-in thing, so you can just change it on the back, and then that should come in with the price of it, not everything is an extra.
It is Apple, so Apple can do that, and I'm actually looking at the display, and I think the design is quite cool, quite nice. Who the fuck is phone calling? Be right back. Oh, shut it. No time,
please. Someone's calling me F.
Shut it. I must agree, it looks like an awesome machine, but as usual with Apple, I mean, I cannot say anything about the hardware specs because it looks okay.
Yeah, but is it?
I don't know anything about workstations.
Whether it will represent value for money is another thing.
It's probably expensive anyway, but what Apple is asking is probably way overpriced.
Technically, you could just buy the tower maybe, and then like have your own display, and then just have an adapter or something. Or
I'm pretty sure
maybe they would actually use another standard like DisplayPort, because that's fine.
Wasn't the DisplayPort is not Apple only, that's
no, DisplayPort is everything.
I'm back.
The Thunderbolt connection, I think that's Apple.
Thunderbolt, but not they originated it, but then now it's kind of in laptops and stuff as well. So
no, it says here single Thunderbolt 3 cable. Well.
Yep, I have Thunderbolt on my computer actually. I use it. I have a Thunderbolt hard drive. It's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, but then again, Thunderbolt it's a good idea, and it probably works fast, and you pay for it. But I never had it, and I don't miss it.
So. No, if you never had it, you won't miss it. But I was actually on my laptop doing like transfer things, and I actually missed my Thunderbolt 3 cable because my laptop doesn't support it.
Oh yeah, dang it!
And I actually missed it. Well, my laptop is quite old actually nowadays, but.
Okay, but Apple can indeed ask what they want because it's their
looking
hardware,
at their diagram, it seems like they've at least thought about thermals and they might have actually tested it this time rather than trying to put an i9 in the back of a screen and wondering why it overheats to buggery.
Well, I'm actually quite cool that they actually come also with a 28-core Xeon processor, 65 teraflops of graphics performance, which is quite cool.
The Pro stand is $1,000. Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, can if you really wanted it, could you just buy the tower and then put your own screen on it?
Yeah, you can just buy it and you can.
Well, you need a $200 non-Mac adapter, or can it actually run DisplayPort?
As far as I was able to see, you can just put in like a HDMI cable, or like a simple dongle which you can buy from Amazon. But...
Is that then sufficient? Because if it's a 6K screen,
6K.
Is a simple HDMI cable then sufficient? Or
no, that's why they're using Thunderbolt actually, because Thunderbolt is capable of transferring that.
That's what I thought. You got
also
1.4
HDMI,
or 1.5 now HDMI. Maybe that's a bit better now, but it's probably not sufficient to sustain 6K rendering.
Nope.
I don't think so. It's not enough data.
And Skype's not being very good today, is it?
Nope.
Something else we can discuss is my my earpieces.
Yeah.
What, you mean your headphones?
My Sennheiser.
The Sennheiser, yeah. We can.
Which model is it then? Dish the dirt.
That was also. So yeah, I keep forgetting everything I buy. I'm so bad.
Because you're old.
Does it not have a name of it? You can just take it off your head and look at the side.
No, because then I had to get the casing. One second. I got them last week. Where is it? PayPal alternate.
I'm hoping with this new Mac they at least prioritize decent cooling rather than super quiet, because then it won't overheat like a giant toaster.
True, that's what actually I'm scared of, but I'm actually quite happy that Apple is going back to their original, well, almost original design of their Mac Pros. Because I
Yeah,
had to say, their
Ah,
latest Mac Pro was pretty nice in terms of like styling, but the thermals were terrible. I didn't like it at
yeah.
all. And that's why I still have my old Mac
And
Pro from
the
2008.
whole thing about the screen falling off on Linus Tech Tips' channel when
Yes,
he
yes,
tried to
yes.
do something with it. It's
Yeah.
just kind of silly.
I just posted the link. Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless.
Oh.
Oh, you don't mean your over headset, you mean your true wireless thingies.
Yeah, True Wireless headset.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just Sennheiser. I don't know. It's not too special, I think. It's a good one, and it's old as well. Older.
Should be decent for €300.
Yeah, it is.
Let's see.
It is. I got it. Did I pay 300 euros?
Oh, fine. They also have an English website. Okay.
I don't think I've. Did I pay 300 euros?
I don't know.
Well, that's the current listing on Coolblue, the link you provided, so.
The
Oh no, I
earbuds.
paid. Actually, paid less. I paid 270 euros.
Hmm.
Huh. Funny. So they're more expensive now.
Yeah.
Wow. Did I
Well,
get a
that's probably
discount?
$299 is probably the full retail, isn't it?
I think I got some kind of. I can't even remember. Jesus, my memory is so bad.
Actually, if I have to buy like new earbuds or whatever, I think I will go for the Apple ones because I still have my discount coupon and I have all products in Apple. So for me, it's like plug and play.
Well,
So they're
it's
not-
probably more advantages.
They're
for you.
not noise cancelling, are they, according to this?
No.
But
Nope, they aren't. Full specification. Do you need the English website, by the way?
it's got a
You could
bar
go
at
to
the
the
top. You can change
yeah.
it to English.
Very
You can
good.
go to the Sennheiser website as well.
Nope.
But
Oh, you
every
can do
week-
making phone calls. It's 17 grams. Okay, that's quite light actually.
Yeah, they're not heavy at all. I don't even notice that they're in my ears. They feel
Does
just
it-
like normal plugs.
Well, it's water resistant, so it's splash proof. Okay, that's quite cool. It is fully plastic. Okay, which is fine, I guess. And Bluetooth.
Well,
What?
for things that sit in your ears, I mean, I don't really mind.
Bluetooth 5.0 and Skype is bugging out once again, and I'm getting quite irritated by it.
Yeah.
It never happened. This is the only live stream where it's actually happening.
Yeah, normally Skype works fine.
Oh. What
And I
actually
checked the
happens
test
when James
because,
is bugging out?
Hardware.info, I did a test, and they came out of the test second best.
Okay.
But I definitely wanted Sennheiser.
Well, Sennheiser is pretty good actually.
What was number one then?
Number one was actually
Sony or something, probably.
No, not Sony. No. So although Sony's not bad in these things.
No.
What was the number one?
The
Not
Sony
Sennheiser.
True Wireless ones came out top in hi-fi in the UK, but it's different.
I think it was something like, was it JBL? No, it was also not JBL. Not the usual suspect, so to say.
All
What
right.
was it? I can't remember which one was the best. I think Bose.
Bose, but they're quite expensive in my opinion.
Yeah, but Bose is, that's just like Sennheiser. They're audio specialists, so
Yeah, but they
Bose
do
came out
more.
of the test.
they're
they do
audio
well.
pedophiles. So.
They like to crush most of their sound.
Yep.
I don't know. It came out of the test really good, but then you had these wires around your neck again.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I wanted the 2F2 wireless,
Yeah.
so that you don't have these wires. Because normally I have these wires, and either I get, I smash them out of my ears, and then the earpiece flies off,
Yeah.
and I have to search it on the floor somewhere in the subway. So that's really annoying. And I was just fed up with these wires. These things are fine. You put your phone in your pocket, put the Bluetooth on, and just forget about it. I mean, it works fine.
Well, it has Bluetooth 5.0, which is quite cool.
Yeah.
Which is actually, I think, recommended at 12 hours of battery life.
Yeah, it says. I mean, I barely got 5 or 4. I don't know. But I think were not really properly loaded the first time.
Yeah, maybe.
I just reloaded them yesterday and listened to it about I don't know 1 hour 20 minutes today.
Okay.
Back
Well,
in the home.
if I'm going to buy one of those, I actually would go just because I have the equipment here already. Everything here is Apple except for my computer and my screens here. I would go for the Apple AirPods because I have the ecosystem already.
Yeah, you got Apple, so all my colleagues have the same thing. At first, I thought like, what are those white things in their ears? And I was like, oh yeah, they're AirPods.
Well, the new AirPods are actually pretty easy to pair. You open the case and they're instantly paired with your phone, which is quite funny, and they are quite working pretty well.
Yeah. Well, that's Apple. I must admit, Apple does a really good job.
Tips made a video about how Apple screwed themselves because Beats did one that was better.
True.
I'm gonna find the video.
You know what I had to do to pair? I had to open my phone, switch on Bluetooth, and then I had to, I don't know, push both touchpads on the side and
that's
keep
old
them
school.
pushed. And then I heard bleep, and then they got paired. But since they're paired, they never get unpaired because I always recognize it. If you take it out of the box, it says module switched on, and then it's immediately on. So that's good and awesome.
Oh, that's quite good actually then.
I never had expensive headphones. The most expensive I had were 40 euros or so. The last one with wires I got was also Sennheiser.
Yeah.
And that one was 80 euros. And it's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
Only, it's with wires. And I already had it for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And now I have this one. So.
Yep. Well, that's pretty good if they are comfortably, I mean, yeah.
They're very comfortable in my ears, so they're not too heavy, they're not falling out. They're
you
put them in, and you twist them. You twist them in, so they basically lock themselves in place in your ear.
Yep. But I think the choice of the headset is also making actually of your ecosystem where you're running in. I mean, I'm Apple, so for me 1 and 1 makes 2. But for Android, I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, if you're having Android, you might not go for Apple earbuds. But yeah, I will go for them actually only because of the simple pairing and everything that I have is Apple. And I still have Android phones, which I'm still using as of today because I can work with both of them. It doesn't really matter. But most of it is Apple.
Are AirPods even available for Android?
Yeah, you can actually pair them with Android if you want to.
Oh, okay. Would be funny to see what the sound is.
By the way, James, it's actually you that's lagging out right now.
Why?
According, if I am pinging to your address, which I can, it says that your ISP has trouble with keeping up the bandwidth. Oh, okay. So I think it's
upstream.
Yep.
Okay, well, there's not much I can do about that then, is there?
Nope.
So what did Linus found out about Apple?
Watch the video.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
we're in the middle of a stream.
We'll just watch it later. Anyway, it's about Powerbeats Pro because they're owned by Apple, aren't they?
And they are better. Yeah, I know. I've seen that video.
Better.
Yeah, well, Apple products are good, and I think nobody will deny that they're good products.
Oh, except
but they're not always the best. They're not always the best.
Don't say that to Lawrence Rossman. He will kick your ass. But he made a video last time when he was suggesting which MacBook to buy. And when I saw that
one from like 5 years ago.
When I was looking at it, I was quite laughing actually. Because actually what he said is quite the truth. If you are a tech nerd and you are going to buy a MacBook, then you won't buy the new MacBook. You just won't. So you actually go for an older model because the repairability and that kind of
It doesn't have a keyboard which breaks itself inside of 3 months. Yeah.
Because they glued everything together and prevent you from opening it and then recognize the repairs.
Upload because the video keeps crashing. Should I just go to audio instead?
No, it's okay. We can hear your sweet little voice.
Oh yes.
It's like an angel.
Sweet little voice. Shut up.
Oh well. And that's actually one of the things that I was actually excited about with the keynote.
Drop stuff on your head next time we're in the game.
Yeah. But what also was funny, and that was actually months ago, is that Apple started with the Apple Pay card. So Apple is also becoming a credit card company.
It's just another way for them to make
Yeah.
loads of money.
And
I know everything about credit cards.
well, actually, if I have to look into it, and I did because I'm a nerd, I like to see those things. Apple actually made a great move in that because they already have Apple Pay, they have their fucking ecosystem. And yes, we can say the word fucking, that's completely fine and legal.
The Apple Pay that's completely useless.
I'm using it all the time in public transport. I'm using it in
but I
public.
have Apple Pay. So why do you want Apple Pay? Yeah, but I just want it. It's useful. I said you can pay with your PIN card. No, Apple Pay.
Well, actually,
I want to have to get out my phone again so someone has another opportunity to steal it from my still moving hands. Yeah,
well,
good
actually,
idea.
I have Apple Pay. I'm using it on a daily basis because, hey, I'm using it with my Apple Watch, which is on my wrist. I can pay with it instantly. So for me, it's quite convenient. But then people say, yeah, well, the NFC communication, is it any good? Is it any protected? Yes, it is. Because Apple won't allow more than 2 transactions on one time. So that's actually
all
quite.
These transactions
You
are,
mean simultaneous transactions? Or do you mean?
All these transactions are secured anyway. I mean.
And if you want to make 2 transactions at the same time, you have to confirm it with your fingerprint ID. So you have to do that. So.
You heard that? That's what I think of Apple Pay.
Yep.
What?
And I have to say that. I have to say that their credit card thing is actually quite funny. I mean, they are.
Well, good work.
But actually, with their complete ecosystem, I totally understand why they do that. But I don't understand the people who are actually taking an Apple Pay card and going into debt because they can't afford it in the first place.
They'll probably take an Apple Pay card before American Express because American Express is more expensive. So.
If I tell
you
that,
fees?
I think Apple is going to work with American Express on Apple Card. So
well, that would be a good move for American Express.
True, and
not because I support it, but because it makes them a lot of money, which is what a company has to do.
And next year I will also upgrade my Apple Watch from the 2 series to the latest series. Because I want to use the new wristbands, so because they're better.
Ooh. Temperature really got down here. It's now 23.7, and it was 26 when I came home.
It's here 24.
23.7. Wow.
Yep. So I think that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, but I have a ceiling fan. Huh? Look.
Well, it's 15 here.
You seen it?
Yeah, I can see it. Yeah.
It means I might actually get a decent sleep tonight because by the time I get to sleep, it'll be 11 degrees or something.
And there's already a big mosquito hovering above my head, I see.
Have you got a footsie zapper thing?
A what?
One of those electric tennis rackets so you can zap bugs with.
No. I still always thinking like, I need to buy one.
Actually, I have here bug spray or whatever. If there are flies in my room, I'll just spray a little bit and all the flies will fall down to the ground and they're dead.
But the thing about bug sprays, you've got to have the window open, otherwise you'll choke on it.
Well, actually, those citronella smells actually pretty nice. Actually.
But I don't think you're still supposed to breathe it in, to be honest.
Well.
I just light some crack and get the fumes to the ceiling. And then it just falls down immediately.
What about those little coil things that you can light and it produces some smoke and they really hate it and then just bugger off out the room?
Yeah.
Does that actually work?
I just need to close the curtains and close the window a little bit because I have everything shielded off.
Yeah.
So it just flew in through the open window, which is still standing wide open.
Well, you can close the curtains if you want to. I mean, feel free to do so.
Yes, close the curtains and then be naked.
Well, actually, the other thing that I really liked from the keynote, the rest of it was not really attracted to me, was actually the login with Apple. Nowadays, if you have an app, you can log in with Facebook or any social media account. And they actually ask you for like an email address and that kind of bullshit. That's the fun part where Apple comes in, and that's actually I have to give Apple really much credit for, is that you can tell Apple Login to actually hide your email address and give it a fake one. And for each app you use, it's another fake email address, which actually corresponds to your real email address, but the business won't see that, so that's quite fun.
You notice at the bottom of this thing for the Mac Pro, they don't put anything for Adobe Premiere. They just put Cinema 4D and Final Cut Pro X.
Of course.
I wonder why.
It's Apple products, so I'm not really surprised. And the other thing that I really liked from the keynote...
They don't own Macs on, do they?
Hmm?
They don't own Macs on Cinema 4D, do they?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
Sorry.
Ripper.
So yeah, and that's something that Apple does really good these days with all those like social media things and security, and that's something that Apple is pretty good in with encrypting all that bullshit. So that's Apple. I have to give Apple credit for, and the same goes with the new Mac. I have to give Mac Pro. I have to give them credit. So.
Didn't they have like 250 billion euros or dollars in their?
Well, they are the richest company of the United
chest?
States. I mean,
Yeah, something like that.
I mean,
they have a ton of money. They can do whatever they want.
They can do whatever they want, yeah. And that's actually what I really like, and also what I really like from every keynote is when you're watching it, their intro movie, and it's actually quite Apple, but quite fun actually. So
they do have to watch out because certainly on terms of on iPhones, they start to lag. They're not really the new surprising company that comes with new stuff anymore. They have this loyal following, but actually.
It's because everyone's locked into the ecosystem.
Yeah, that's why.
Exactly. And the young people in the Netherlands, I was surprised. They actually, most of the youth, about 80% has an iPhone for some reason.
Because they're already locked into the ecosystem anyway. So every time when young people hear the word Android, they are scared because they don't know it. So that's what Apple wanted. And that's why Apple can do these things and don't have to invent. That's the reason why.
Much of my colleagues having an iPhone, and so why do you have an iPhone? Yeah, well, everybody has an iPhone. It's like,
so what?
An iPhone. It's so expensive. Buy an Android phone. My phone is 200 euros. It's great. It does everything an iPhone can.
I think it also is dependent on your ecosystem. I think they're just locked into the ecosystem because they like it, and it's quite secure. I have to give them credit for.
They're locked into it because they bought into it at some point, and therefore they're stuck.
It's trendy.
So
everybody has an iPhone.
When I bought my iPhone in 2015, I just bought it because I was thinking, okay, I like this iPhone and iOS is getting better, so I wanted to try it. So I paid in the United States. I bought my iPhone in New York. Okay, quite fine. It's working, and the fact is, I can still work with an Android phone just fine. I will pick it up, put my SIM card in it, and I will just work with it. Even my Apple Watch will work on my Android phone. So it will work totally fine, and I can work with both operating systems.
It's also because all of their friends have iPhones, and then they also, first of all, they want iPhones because everybody else has it.
Well, I mean, because of iMessage and stuff.
Actually, that's the reason why I'm using it for, and because of the
everybody else using these iPhone apps, which they probably want to use or something. I don't know. And that's why they all use it. But
and the other reason why I've chosen for iPhone was actually because of the location of the fingerprint reader. I just like the fingerprint ID sensor at the front. I just like it. I just prefer it there. I've tried
I thought it was like, you can shove your finger in it.
Well, actually, I have tried a Samsung phone with the fingerprint reader on the back, and I just didn't like it. So
that's my fingerprint reader.
Yeah, awkward. Like, why Samsung S7 has it on the front, which is fine. I switched it to the back, but
I had a huge discussion with a card holder that just started with American Express. It was also said I said, yeah, but did you download the app? It was like 2 months ago when it just started. Did you download the app? Yeah, the app, but I got a fingerprint reader. I said, fingerprint reader? What the hell is that? Are you using an Apple? Yeah, I'm using an Apple. I said, I never heard of a fingerprint reader. I cannot help you with that.
Actually, there are special fingerprint readers for iPhone, which people are actually paranoid they can use that. But I don't see the reason why.
The fingerprint reader on the app. Apparently, our app has a fingerprint recognizer.
Most apps these days have a fingerprint.
Yeah, anything to do with finance does.
Yeah, and then she had something Apple-like, Grapple, whatever stuff she was using. I said, sorry, ma'am, I don't know anything about Apple. I'm not a tech specialist. I'm good with tech stuff, but I have no clue what you're talking about.
No.
And this whole call lasted 40 minutes, and she got very angry and upset.
Wow.
I just tell these people, I was like, sorry, man, using Apple, I don't know anything about Apple. I cannot help you. Buy an Android phone or go sit behind a PC. Then I can
If it's a phone problem, they shouldn't be asking you anyway, unless it's to do with the app, and then
they expect everything from you. It's like, yeah, it's your app. You have to know. I said, sorry, ma'am, I'm here for your issues, but not for your technical issues.
You're not the app devs or.
I have no clue what kind of phone you use, and I can tell you even a bit more because I know a lot about tech stuff, way more than most of my colleagues. But I don't know.
Yeah, you can have up to 1.5 terabyte of DDR4 RAM and its things.
It can be
Yeah.
anything. If you have a phone, there's so many different factors you have to calculate in.
Well,
I mean,
have the
I
same on
always
my
advise
work
them
actually, and I don't work for a credit card company.
go to a friend and
Oh.
ask that friend if he can look together with you.
Yeah.
Don't show him your passwords, of course, but ask somebody, and that's a very good advice. Sit next to somebody who knows a bit about phones. Sit next to the person, go sit. Hey, I have this issue. Can you help me? Two people see way more than one, and if you're calm, then you would easily see more.
Yeah,
So
usually you can get it solved, and if not, then
I can
there's
only tell
other
you the
ways.
basics.
Yep.
But these people really frustrate me. Usually they're a bunch of clowns who don't know anything about tech stuff.
True.
And then I get quite annoyed.
It's
and lose
probably
my
because
faith.
they don't know the right place to look for help, so they
know
just
nothing.
ask everything of you when
They
it's not really your role, is it?
Yeah, there's this gray mist
Yeah.
over my screen, somebody said. You know what it was? The cookie wall. We spent half an hour before she figured out she had to scroll down actually 2 centimeters with the mouse and click agree. That was all she had to do. She was stumbling on the cookie wall and she had no clue what to do.
It usually doesn't grey out the entire screen though.
No.
Well, but sometimes it does as well.
Usually it's just a banner on top, isn't it?
Well, I actually
No,
have a
it's-
cookie blocker, so I don't
Well,
see
right,
those cookies anyway. I won't even agree with all the cookies, so.
Just gonna close my window and curtains. Be right back.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, fuck it. I mean, but yeah, like the new Mac Pro, I'm actually quite surprised that they're actually coming back with the old, well, sort of old school design.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
But the fact is that it costs like $6,000 for the base
It's
model.
really for pro studios only.
And the fact is that it's made of full metal, so I can understand why it costs a lot of money. And I have to say, I like the design. It's quite fun. I also like their new Pro monitors, actually, the cinema displays, which are quite cool. But to pay like $5,000 for a cinema display, and then have
And
to
then
pay
not even
$1,000,
have.
and then I have to pay for the stand. And then
Yeah, it's too much.
I mean, fuck it, really.
That's taking the piss. It should be within the price.
Well, actually, when they said that the stand was like $999 or $1,000, actually the crowd in the area was actually getting pissed off.
Yeah.
You actually hear the
And
disappointment.
having a Visa adapter for $200 is ridiculous.
I think if I have a 3D printer. Actually, a friend of mine has it. I can print my own Visa mount, and I will just make my own.
Yeah.
Which
Assuming you can afford the rest of it.
True, but that's quite
I think
ridiculous.
I think you might need your Threadripper first, actually.
True, but yeah, actually it was quite fun that I was able to see that a new Mac Pro, and I was quite surprised with it. The rest of the keynote didn't really bother me because I don't really use it.
Yeah.
Because my iPhone is older anyway, so I don't get to see all those funny stuff like emojis and whatever.
Do you have a Mac Pro laptop or an iPad or anything like that?
I have an iPad, an Apple Watch Series 2 by the way, an iPhone 6, an iPhone 5, an iPhone 4S, an iPhone 5S. Actually, they're all bought from eBay by the way, except for my iPad. And I have I have my
Hello.
Mac Pro, which I bought in 2008. Actually, second hand. It costed me like €900.
Or MacBook Pro or
No, my Mac Pro, actually, my old
Oh,
school
right,
Mac
yeah.
Pro. It's still working. I upgraded it like 2 years ago with the latest Xeon it was able to support, and it has 128 gigabytes of memory of RAM installed.
wow.
And that Mac is still running. The only thing is, it's quite loud. So that's
Yeah,
why I
it will
don't
be
really.
'cause there's no custom fan curve, is there?
It has 2 Xeon processors in it, 6 hard drives, and all that kind of bullshit. It has my old GPU in it with custom
I do like this techie discussion. I think this is good what we're doing in the channel right now.
Oh, definitely.
Although we have to beware that it doesn't become as stupid as most of the other channels, because all the channels are discussing the same things.
True, but we are a little bit
Really
different.
boring.
Because
Yeah,
we
we're
are
nerds
3
and
fat nerds, quite lazy.
Well, a little bit fat, not
I
that.
do a lot of walking every week, or have you know? So
Yeah, I know, but
I'm still fat,
it was
but anyway.
it was a joke.
Fat
at least
and
I'm
full.
trying.
Yep. So yeah, Yeah, so that's quite cool. So.
I walk to the subway about 20 meters every day.
And I also.
Wow, that's really gonna get your heart rate up.
Well, a little bit. Sometimes I have to run, so then like.
Well, you get your high intensity training in here.
Yep.
Oh, and Mark, by the way, an update about my keyboard. I came there today just to pick it up after work. I stopped at the bus. So I asked, this is my thing. I want my keyboard, please. Yes, but we don't have it here. And I said, where is it then? Yeah, you have to go to fucking Arnhem because there it is. And I said, okay, how the hell is my ticket saying it's here in this store and it's in fucking Arnhem? Shut up. I mean, yeah, because we were close. No, we were close at the time they were actually trying to deliver it.
Oh yeah, makes a lot of
makes a lot of sense actually.
Why were they trying to deliver it when the shop was closed?
Because most PostNL offer people don't even know when something is closed or open.
So can't they schedule something properly? Or they just
no, because that schedule system isn't working at their thing. It doesn't work since they took over like TNT. Because they are so retarded, and the fact is, since they are working with FedEx, it's actually getting worse. Even FedEx is getting worse these days.
Well, is that because they've now got 3 different systems trying to not work together or something?
So my keyboard is still waiting, and I think I will just cancel it and I will keep it as it is because I'm now bored. I'm actually getting fucking tired of it. So actually, I think I will go just to my local PC shop here. And just buy it there, and I have to pay 20 euros more. But then at least I will have it.
Which keyboard did you order?
I have the link somewhere. I have it in TeamSpeak. I will give it to you. It was.
I think you're just unlucky.
TeamSpeak is not open for me. I've only got.
Yeah, I will send it to you later. It was a keyboard for like 170 euros.
Pricey.
Yeah, but it is a good keyboard, so that's
a mechanical keyboard.
It's a Logitech.
Yay!
Of course.
So yeah, actually, it's the same version that Mark has, actually, or the version before Mark had.
The G710 or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Was it G710 or G7 whatever?
Yeah, something like that. I cannot look up the order.
That's not a bad keyboard. The only crappy thing was the bad batch of keys.
True, but it said revamped batch, so hey, that's quite cool. So yeah, that's. I mean, I have to wait, and that's quite sad.
We could make a topic about that. I replaced all my keys. Can tell them how I did that.
And what I delivered actually today was olive oil because I have Italian friends. They sent me olive oil from Italy, and that olive oil is so fucking good, actually. Oh my god!
Now you guys gonna sit there, take your shirt off, and drip it all over you.
Well.
Where's your Roman assistant lady to use the spittle to like scrape it off you?
Lady boy.
Make sure you turn the webcam off first, boys.
So yeah, I'm going to use that olive oil tomorrow to make my salad actually. So yay.
For the camera, she's a lady, but when the camera goes down, you still hear the sound like, hello, can I assist you? And then the video goes down. Come on, Ronnie.
So yeah, I mean, it's quite good olive oil actually, and they sent it to me from Italy, so Italian olive oil.
That is better oil than we have here, although sometimes they.
No, it's supported by Mussolini.
Oh.
I thought he was dead.
It is.
The Duce supports this olive oil.
Il Duce.
Il Duce supporta the olive oil.
So yeah, that was quite fun that I received that instead of my keyboard. So I think I will actually go to my local computer shop and buy my new keyboard there. I mean, and the same thing will go for my microphone. I have my new microphone ordered. It's actually a Blue Yeti, which was actually for like 45 euros. It was in discount.
Oh, that's a good price.
Well, it was an open box model, so it was in the store. Actually, I bought it from the Media Markt. So I have to pick it up. Next week I am in that town, so I can pick it up. 45 euros, that's actually not bad, so I will have that microphone then. Yay.
What is that? Is it like a fixed microphone?
Yep.
With a filter?
I will look
it's
it up
on his
for
little stand.
I will look it up for you. Blue Yeti. Google.
Like one of these 80 microphones with very shiny metal on the top and a huge wire under it.
Hmm. I mean, I bought it for 45 euros. It's an open mic thing. I have to pick it up though, so I don't have it just yet. So that's actually what I've picked up, the Blue Yeti.
Yay, cool blue.
I have to pick it up still. It's a good microphone, according to people.
I like cool blue.
It will make my voice sound a little bit better than my cheapy.
Yeah, but
webcam.
if you want a good microphone, you have to pay money because there's a lot of difference.
I actually wanted to go for the Blue Eyes for the Snowball, but the Snowball, well, I was thinking, okay, this one is costing like a little bit more.
Supposed to be better than the Snowball anyway.
It sounds like a dildo when it looks like a dildo. Sorry.
Yes,
It's a capsule mic. Would you expect it to look like a cucumber?
And you can point it as well. You know, you can point it in the right direction. Flop.
So yeah, that's actually what I'm thinking of to buy.
You can change the pattern as well, which is good.
Yep. So yeah, that's actually the microphone I'm actually going for, which I have to pick up next week, which is fine because I didn't want to get it delivered because I know my.
Oh, it's USB. That's good.
I think it's not expensive. I might even going to buy a webcam then. I still don't know.
Oh, they actually advise my webcam with that microphone.
Yep. Well, actually, it's a pretty good deal together, but I have to think.
You can get them both for 245 euros. It says here.
Yep. Well, I have to think about the webcam still.
Yeah, but he's got open box, which means the microphone's way cheaper than it would be normally, like €100 cheaper.
Yeah, that's the reason why I did it. So only because of the open box model. Otherwise, I won't pay that amount of money for a microphone. I will go for a cheaper one.
Somebody actually said as a negative point, it's only connectable through USB. Well, it's a USB
but
microphone.
Otherwise, if you have XLR, you've got to have a mixer box thing as well.
Actually, there is a converter from USB to XLR, so there is. There are converters for that.
Yeah, but if they're cheap, they'll probably be rubbish. So.
Yeah, and that's the reason actually I use it for these types of live streams or like my video things. I have a lot of video things for like Nerds and More in mind.
The same person said, if you sing terribly, this microphone doesn't really help.
Is that a troll review? Gonna be.
And I sent in a review as well from my earpieces, and it got denied because it wasn't complete enough. And this idiot says all kinds of weird stuff.
Yeah.
It's just allowed.
So they just sent a load of weird stuff in to fill the space because it didn't. Your one didn't meet the character limit or something.
Well, the 101 reviews, so it's properly reviewed.
Oh well. I mean, yeah, the Blue Yeti, I think it's a great microphone. I will pick it up next week. And let's see how it is. Maybe I'm quite surprised. Well, I think Blue is actually pretty good since it's taken over by Logitech anyway.
Yeah.
So, if Logitech...
It says, watch out, it picks up everything that's happening. So.
No, but they don't understand that you can change the freaking pattern on the back. There's a dial you can change.
You can set it up, actually, yeah. So,
you can almost use it like a side address, almost. Which is
for that money
for streaming.
And then the good part is I can then finally sync it up with my camera solution, which is my phone, until like Mark sent me a text message, then my phone will flip. So yeah.
Then you should get a webcam as well.
And it ripped the power cord.
Just get the C920. It's a good webcam.
I will do sometime at some point.
I look way sexier with this webcam.
Definitely, you look sexy. I know.
Thank you.
Oh, you lovely Fatima.
It's a shame I shaved off my beard this morning.
Well, it's quite expensive right now. I've got this on Amazon for £40 in a Black Friday sale.
What?
The C920.
Oh, you're lucky. I paid about 80 euros, I think.
Yeah, well, I put it on my wish list, waited for Black Friday, and then bang, it was on a deal, so I bought it.
Wait,
I thought less than half price. It was such a good deal.
Maybe I paid too much. Maybe it's such a site.
Well, you paid almost like new price with a bit of discount on it.
Well, good webcams are expensive. I mean, I have like a budget solution, which is my iPhone or one of them.
Well,
I think for the next videos I will use my old iPhone 5S, which I don't really mind if it falls on the floor. because it has a broken screen anyway. So yeah.
It will cost you 95 euros if you buy that cool blue. So
Wow, I think that's still
Yeah,
quite
no.
expensive for a webcam, especially.
I did wait a long time to buy the webcam anyway. I think I waited like 2 years or something because
wow.
no, but I could have bought it the previous year on the other Black Friday sale, so it kind of goes on sale on Amazon every year.
Yep. Well, actually, I had a
Yeah, true.
webcam, which was a 720p business webcam from Logitech, which actually served in the beginning of like No Such Gaming Friends pretty well. But yeah, it's just like 720p. It's not the best quality anyway. So
Huh.
yeah, it's good enough for a microphone actually. So
It's funny. You can even get a gear shifting stick from Logitech.
Yeah.
For racing games. It actually has 6 or 8 gears. Wow.
Yeah, the H-Pattern one you can add
Awesome.
on to their
Wow.
steering wheel.
I think if you're really
Wow.
into those racing games or like those
Yeah, but
car simulation,
It does
or truck
make it really
simulation-
Those are the
realistic
lower
because-
end wheels as well. You can spend like thousands of euros on that.
I have
if you
seen-
some are
wanted
really
to.
good. They're
I've
almost
seen
like the real
YouTube,
ones.
I've seen
With
YouTubers
titanium
spending
stuff.
like £2,000 only on a wheel. And I'm
Yeah.
thinking, seriously, dude. I mean, I see that you like simulating games, but seriously,
This set
spending
is
that amount.
this set is 250 euros, Fastmaster,
Yeah,
and
Oh,
it
that
has
sounds-
already a lot of buttons on the. Well, not that much, but some
It sounds
buttons on
pretty- it
flippers,
sounds pretty
flippers on the
basic.
back.
just look on reviews on YouTube. There's loads of people who compare them all.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I'm not really into those games. I have Bus Simulator, by the way.
Oh.
OMC. I have OMC 2 actually. When I'm actually going to play that game, I will buy a gear and steering wheel and pedals.
They should make flippers for all the. They should make flippers for all the cars. It's way more handier than shifting gears all the time.
Yeah.
But I think it's very expensive. But these flippers itself, it's very easy to create, but it's
Sure.
probably very expensive. Yeah, looks awesome. I once had one for my Nintendo Wii. I had a real racing steer wheel, but then
Yeah.
in white, and then in the middle you should put your the Wiimote
Mm-hmm.
right in the middle, so you had your buttons.
Yeah.
And then you're just sitting there steering,
Yeah.
playing F1,
Yeah.
It's really fun.
It wasn't really doing a whole lot different from the controller itself. Just felt better.
Well,
Well,
it was really sharp, so
Eh.
well, if it is pretty sharp, then yeah.
I hardly played it. Wow, that's Jesus Christ. There's even like a almost like a car gear shifter. It's like crazy. It's 150 euros.
What? We'll give them
Yeah,
a
and you can
please.
get handbrake
Jesus
add-ons
Christ.
and load
Yeah, this is
cells
a
for the
handbrake
brake
for
pedals
260
and everything.
euros.
Can you give me a link, please?
It's fucking insane. 260 euros for a handbrake. It looks like a real handbrake they use in a racing car.
Come on, people.
Pretty much it is, more or less, apart from it's
Yeah,
not made of carbon fiber.
Totally. Wow. But then you have to make this real setup, like with screens around you.
You
so
can
it's
just
see
have
everything.
it like the Logitech one, and then comes with a desk clamp, and then clamp it to your desk and just push your monitor back a bit further. It'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not really worth my time, but
Well, if you want
There
to
you go.
play a set of Corsa Competizione, then I'd suggest getting a wheel. Otherwise, you're going to have a hard.
yeah, I might. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe get it on the cheap from G2A or something.
Yeah, okay.
Stolen code as usual. Well,
Oh well.
I think I got Windows. Oh no, what did I got? I got a free Windows 7 code somewhere on the internet.
Yeah.
Because somebody posted this code, and that was a Windows 7 code. So I thought, well, let's try that one out, and then it accepted it as Windows 10 code. So I got Windows 10 for free,
Wow.
despite me buying a Windows 10 Pro code, which I couldn't use.
I think Skype is bugging out again because I don't see James anymore and my webcam also bugged out. Let's recall again.
Okay.
Lol. Oh my god, this is happening way too often, really. Skype, you have to do something about it, or Microsoft, it's getting fucking irritating. I mean, let's see if... Hello.
Hello.
There you are again. Your webcam is turned off, and
I'm
because
just going to stick to that because it keeps crashing and it's really pissing me off because it's crashed about 10 times now.
yeah, it's getting annoying. I never had that with Skype. It's only lately. It can nothing have to do with our NDI plugin.
I don't know what it is, but
No, it shouldn't do that at all.
Hallo.
Hello, welcome back.
Hallo, mijn vrienden.
Well, Skype is getting bugged
Goedenavond.
out again, so do
I'm
not
just
stick
gonna
your
stay
dick
on-
inside the shampoo bottle. Okay.
I finally see Ronnie in full glory. You get from me, thumbs up.
Yay! Thumbs up! Yay!
It's funny, my screen is actually generating... Well, it's not my screen, I think it's my lamp on that side that's generating a lot of light, actually.
Well, actually,
It's quite faint. It's quite faint, but it makes my face like almost like glow.
Mr.
Yeah,
James, can you
webcams are
monitor the
strange.
chat, please?
Can I what?
Can you monitor the Twitch chat, please? There's someone actually.
Someone being a noob.
Is there
Yeah, I don't
actually
know what he
someone
wants
watching?
to do. So,
Whoa!
since you are a moderator, so it's your
Yeah.
job.
Let's have a look.
Ah.
I actually typed in Twitch, and then I get a Twitcher. Is
Yeah,
someone
and then
who
I
will
have
be
to
great
watch
lengths to
ad
flew
on the
bird
channel that I'm
species.
an admin of. Yay.
Yay!
And the irony of that. and it's for Call of Duty. Yay.
Yay!
Ops.
So let me see. Where's Ronnie's channel? Where are we airing this? What channel? Because Mr.
Nerds
Nerdy
and
channel is
More,
offline.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's on Nerds and More.
Twitch.tv/nerds and more. That's our Twitch channel, and we also have our YouTube channel, which is also online. If you type in YouTube Nerds and More, you actually find us.
Would you want to just moderate Twitch then?
Yeah, if you can moderate Twitch, that will be fine, and Mark can do the YouTube part.
Well, there's only 2 people watching, so that might be just actually me and you.
Oh well, at least there was someone in the chat, by the way. So.
You know,
Alright,
you know
well,
how
it's-
many channels
It's
there are
not
with
showing the
nerd in
historic
it?
chat because it only shows it when you join it. So
That's weird. I didn't set it to that, but okay. Well,
Oh, here, Nerds and More.
Yay!
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 Well, you got a new follower.
Yay! But what do you like, by the way, of the streaming title? Do you think it has to be something different? I think the nerds are talking is quite funny because we are nerds. So.
might have to brainstorm some better ideas if I ever remember to do that. But hey.
Well, Mark is forgetting like that we have to do something about thinking about topics. I mean.
Yeah, I always forget that as well.
Hey, I got some more topics now.
Yeah, I'm proud, but maybe we can prepare them a little bit more, which is a lesson for us for the next time.
I'm very bad at
Now
preparing
there's
stuff.
4
It always
people
fails
watching
I
it,
always
so
fail
that
it.
maybe we've actually got one guest.
Yep.
Well, we had 11 viewers and 4 people watching. So we 3, and it's actually one more idiot who is watching our channel.
Well, which is quite
Hello!
fun. Well, which is quite fun, actually. I mean, why not? I mean, we're doing something right.
We're nerds, and we're fat, and we're proud of it.
It just shows me as Twitch Prime. It doesn't show me with an admin logo. Is that meant to be that way?
It's meant to be that way.
Okay.
So yeah, it's quite cool that actually is working and that our stream is working. So.
Yay!
But we have to think of a better streaming title, but hey, that's your job then. So yeah, you can do like for this weekly live stream, you can make out the title. It has to be okay, so no Fatima or cucumber or whatever inside the name.
Hello!
And the irony of the WWDC is that the main thing you're interested in was not the watch; it was the Mac Pro.
Well, actually,
well, it's because you've used a dash rather than a comma. That's why I misread it.
Yep.
The Mac Pro watch.
Yeah.
There isn't a Mac Pro watch.
No, that's actually corrected by Grammarly, actually. So it's corrected.
I should bring my headscarf and my pink goggles or purple goggles.
Are you
next
eating
time.
an apple?
Yes.
I saw your apple.
Oh, we've got one more interloper.
Yeah.
It's a Royal Gala apple.
Oh, they're good. I like them. They taste nice.
Yeah, although last one I had one who was pretty mushy because I let it sit
let
for
it
too
go
long.
off too long, man.
Yep.
If it doesn't
But
have
every
any
three-
crunch left, it's a bit disgusting.
Yeah, it gets really, I don't know, like you're eating a
Mushy.
sponge.
Yeah.
A sweet sponge.
Oh my god, that's terrible. Don't! Then you have to eat.
I was actually eating it while I was talking to people with the phone. It was like, yeah.
I'm normally
No
doing.
airs and graces.
Actually, I'm always eating a sandwich when people are calling me.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's why I don't generally pick up the phone when I'm eating a full meal because it's annoying.
Well, actually, I do that because I only have like
me too.
2 times 10 minutes break, and that's
Oh,
not
right,
enough for me to
I
actually
just
have
press
a
mute.
dinner.
I take a bite, I press mute, and just eat it. And then when my mouth was empty, I just answer. It works fine. It works fine.
No, I just don't even mute it. So
This one's mushy as well. Ugh.
throw it away then. Why are you even eating it?
Well, it's still sweet and juicy, but it's mushy.
Ugh.
It's like this grinding taste, you feel in your mouth like sand.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then don't eat it.
11 viewers. That's really good.
Yeah, well, we are getting better.
No, it went to 4, then it went to 5, and it went down to 4 again.
When we came in full view, then it was over.
Yeah, I think we had more viewers when I disappeared.
Well, I mean, we
don't
are
like the
nerds, so.
We need a cute girl that doesn't know anything, but we can just laugh about it.
Well, you can dress up yourself like Fatima, whatever.
Boobies in the corner, just sits there getting all the views in.
Oh, we can get like a booby streamer just to support us.
But I just want to say that, and we're not like a
if we have to pay them for doing nothing, that's the problem.
But we would have nerds with a booby streamer. That's even better.
Yeah, that would be quite funny.
Doesn't that count as clickbait?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
You just put a 5-minute of them jiggling around and then put it on a loop.
Exactly.
And you have to pay for 5 minutes, not
and then
2 hours.
Starts begging for subs, otherwise he will break off the stream.
Yep.
Just like all the other girls.
Well, next time I can dress up like a girl for.
No, that won't work.
Oh, you can dress up like Fatima. Or I can dress up like Black Peter.
Should hire this expensive.
Yeah, but would Twitch think Black Peter's racist, even though it's not?
Actually, they thought our NSGF live stream is actually banned from Twitch. Because actually it was like last year. I actually was dressed up like Sint Niklaas.
Sinterklaas.
And I was dressed up, and that video is actually banned from Twitch because they say it was racist, and it's only like a man who's actually a religious guy from like many hundreds of years ago. But they don't
get it because they just think it's like Black Minstrel Show or something, which would be seen as racist these days, even though it's not, because they don't understand the context of it.
No.
But St. Nicholas is a bishop. He's not even. He's just a religious figure.
Yeah, because a lot of people don't know, and people think, hey, they made it from Spain. No, it's not. It's actually from Turkey. But who wants to get a bishop from Turkey anyway? That's fake. So yeah, we only modded the story a little bit.
So just another illegal Turk come to take stuff from you.
Yeah, so that's actually not a good thing. So that's why we're thinking go to Spain.
Twitch's issue is that basically they just looked to the surface of it and didn't do any research as usual. And
the same goes with YouTube. Did the same thing.
It's
because it's automated. That's the problem. They just don't actually have a human with reasonable judgment skills.
And any idiot can report if he thinks it's racist, and then you get blocked.
Well, the same goes with our discussion about vaccines a while back. Yes.
What do you mean, freaking dumb anti-vaxxers?
So yeah, I don't know why actually. Still, I don't understand why people actually were in good discussion about it back then. Not even Nerds and More related, but
actually, we had a good discussion about vaccines. We were just discussing with pros and cons. We're not even making fun of anyone.
No, we didn't. It was like 1 hour of pure discussion without any joke, without any fun jokes or dark humor.
I called anti-vaxxers a bunch of idiots that should be locked up, I think.
Yeah, that's what you said, actually.
But it's just an opinion. I mean...
No, that should be fine, I guess. Yeah.
I didn't tell them to shoot people or something.
Well, for us it's fine, but not for YouTube, so...
Well, it's not, you're not allowed to have an opinion which is not in the middle paperclip or something.
A little execution here and there, huh? Doesn't do
Oh
anybody
well.
any harm. Good
So
for
yeah.
society.
But Mark, if you can think of topics for like next live stream, I think it will be on a Monday again. And if like James can think of like a streaming title, uh, then I will like sort all the technique again. I really hope that Skype doesn't crash again, so that we
Maybe I
can.
need to contact my ISP and say, why does my Skype video keep crashing out of a multi-person call?
Yeah, and even I am the host. So my computer, actually, the host is my Mac Pro, and my Mac Pro is not reporting any issues. The only thing it says that one person from the UK, which is only you, is lagging
Yeah.
out. So your ISP actually is it? So
Cannot be me.
So it's
my
is the
connection
video upload to the wherever it's going is just lagging.
is lagging out, yeah, and that's why our Skypes are bugging out. And that's the same thing when Mark joined in as well. Then we also had the same issue, but that only happened once.
Yeah, but that was just my porn. Sorry.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I know.
sorry. Shouldn't say that.
So yeah, I mean Skype has to work it out. I mean, it's irritating that people are getting lagged out because the quality is too high, whatever.
You know, the good thing about those sites is that from some sites you can actually download the whole video. So yeah.
So potentially I could just change my setting to 720 and it would be okay and it wouldn't lag so much.
And you can do that, and I will actually bump you up to 1080p. I mean, my Mac Pro can do that easily. It will do that with 2 fingers in its power supply or whatever.
Actually, I'm a bit of a dumbass because I was thinking like, oh, what kind of earplugs did I buy? But you know, the box is still here on my table.
I was looking at that box actually because I knew it was.
The
It's an item.
case looks quite nice.
Yeah.
And they all arrived within 1 day. That's why I like Coolblue so much. They always deliver.
Is that South Park or American Dad in the background?
That's like an ad for American Dad.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I wasn't able to see it because your screen is actually pretty wide.
I think those are new episodes. They're airing
That will be quite
every
cool.
now and then. Yeah, it
Well,
was
it's because
hilarious.
the webcam can't cope with the dynamic range of the bright TV in the room at the same time and exposing your face
No.
correctly.
Nope.
It's not possible.
Yes.
My little tear-off calendar.
Yeah.
There, with a bit of naughty comics from Dirk Jan.
Mm.
Does it come with a free chocolate every month?
Well, I have here my
No. It's just a
Playboy.
tear-off, just like a little comic, and then you tear off the
Oh,
page.
okay,
one
yeah,
day.
they used to do Far Side ones that were
Well-
quite good on that.
In the toilet, actually, we have the Playboy, and when my nephew sees it, he's actually saying, "Why are there girls in their underwear?" And I'm thinking,
And you
okay.
actually leave that in the Playboy. Wait until he's 11 or 12.
He's 8. Well, so actually people say that you cannot do that. And I said, well, he's 8 years old. He's playing on his goddamn phone. I think he has seen more sex on television than I saw in the 1990s. He has seen far more shit on TV. So why can't he see then the fucking Playboy?
He probably seen it, but he doesn't care yet because he's like, yeah, well, women in their underwear. I don't
How
care.
old is he?
He's 8, becoming 9. This
Yeah, he
year.
won't. He hasn't even got his first pube yet. He won't care.
It's just like when these hormones start kicking in, then he go crazy. But for now, well, I think he's fine.
Well, actually, I was at this school and I saw a lot of children, and I was thinking, oh my god, they're already having their hormone problems. I was thinking, and he's 8 years fucking old. I mean, fuck it, go. I mean,
Normally it's no earlier than 10 or 11. So
well, it's getting earlier because of all the shit on the television. I mean, did you ever see an advertising with candy where there was not a girl dressed up like more sexy than usual? I mean.
Yeah,
No,
you
I
mean
haven't.
someone
I
who's
haven't, but I
dressing
wish.
10 years older than they really are, which is just a bit weird.
Yeah, there's.
Yeah, that's what I said to the girl last night.
Now you're going to get yourself in trouble, Mark.
Yep. Well, since our stream is actually going nowhere.
I cannot do it. Just be silent about that stuff.
No. Since our stream is going nowhere, we have to say goodbye for the stream, I guess.
Okay.
Unless you have some topics that you actually want to discuss. Because I'm thinking we're actually going to bullshit right now.
There's quite a lot of talking
Yes.
and my throat will get a bit
We were
sore.
online
Yeah.
for quite a long time.
Yep. So we have to say
Yeah.
goodbye now. Goodbye. See you next time.
Bye,
Bye.
one viewer.
Bye.
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 Next time, 9.
Greetings from Amsterdam and American Express.
Die Nederlanden. En greetings from the UK, United Kingdom.
Nederlanden. 12 punten.
Yeah, which is still in the EU. Not for long.
Go and talk to Theresa May.
Next time the stream will be blocked in the UK because they are out of the EU. Well, I will say goodbye. Cheers, love.
Bye.
Bye.